Get off the excuse caboose.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello and welcome to the Hopefulist. Thank you for joining me for your daily dose of inspiration and positivity. Starting out with the quote of the day, which comes from Rachel Ann Nunez. Do what makes you happy. Be with who makes you smile, laugh as much as you breathe, and love as long as you live. I'm going to give you a little update on my girl Tucker. Took her to the vet yesterday. She's feeling much better. We slept through the night. It was glorious. Glorious. However, my kitchen counter looks like a pharmacy. Yes, she has got medication coming out the wazoo. Literally. I kill myself. She has a couple of different issues. One of them, Tucker's a little bit older. She's 14. She's still got a lot of life left in her, though. I mean, she's pretty spry for a 14-year-old gal. She's having some issues here and there, as anybody would at her age. But when I was discussing one of the problems with the vet, it seemed that one of them would only be corrected completely with some sort of surgery. And he just said, well, we'll hold off on that for now, which just kind of made me think that he thought maybe she was too old to even go that route, which in one way I admire him for not trying to steal money. But on the other hand, I'm like, well, wait a minute. I plan on getting a few more years out of this girl. So I don't know. That was kind of a little bit of a disappointing conversation. But she's on medication for 3 different things, and one of them is caboose for her back end issues, shall we say. And I had to get it from there. Why I couldn't go to the drugstore and get it for $5 rather than the amount that he charged me, I don't know. But it does come with a neat little top that you can stick the little syringe into to shoot it into her mouth. She is not enjoying that. She does not like that at all. We're having a little bit of trouble getting that down her throat. There's caboose all over my floor in the kitchen. It's all over her mouth. It's on her paws. She keeps spitting it out. I had been giving it to her twice a day, and then I just reading the bottle today, and it says to give it to her 3 times a day. I don't think I can. I can't do it. I can't do it 3 times a day. I can't. She can't handle it. I can't handle it. We can't do it 3 times a day. It's just too much. So we're going to go with 2 times a day. She's already, like I said, way better. I don't even think that she's done the deed for at least 12 hours or so. I don't think she did it even right before we went to bed. So I think that that's coming along. So, yeah, thank you for the concern and the outreach and the well wishes for my girl Tucker, because she's my baby and we want to do everything we can to make sure that she's in tip-top shape. Before I get to the topic today, I wanted to ask you once again, if you are listening to the podcast and you are enjoying it, please leave a review for me on whatever platform that you are listening on. And I'm going to give you the same spiel that the new car salesman does when they tell you about the survey you're going to be getting about them. If you don't give me a perfect performance review, I'm going to lose my job, which I always found to be rather whimsical that they would put it that way. And, they kind of really snowed me the first couple times. And then the last time I'm like, you know what? He wasn't the best salesman. And my survey showed it. But if you're going to go ahead and give me a review, which I beg of you to do, please make it a perfect review. Give me that old 5-star. And if you're not feeling that I'm 5-star worthy, shoot me an email. Tell me what you think would make it 5-star for you, and we will see what we can work out. So please and thank you. It is much appreciated. Topic for today, sticking with Halloween. That's right, Halloween in just a few days. It's going to be on Saturday, and I wanted to know what your favorite Halloween candy is. Now, there seems to be some sort of assumption that it has to be a Halloween-themed candy. I got a lot of responses of candy corn, which, by the way, I don't know. Loving the gifts, by the way, people. A lot of people posted a gif of their favorite candy. When I say what is your favorite Halloween candy, I mean anything that is given out on Halloween. So any candy that you would buy to hand out, any candy that you got as a kid, that is what I intended with this question. As I was mentioning yesterday, I think the frozen fun-size Hershey bars are delicious, as well as the Kit Kats. I'm a little spoiled now when it comes to the peanut butter cups because I have really taken a fancy to the king-size Reese's peanut butter cups with Reese's Pieces inside them. So a regular peanut butter cup to me now seems so small and sad. Yes, the one with the Reese's Pieces are so good. Some of your answers. Linda says, I like Reese's, but not technically Halloween candy, so I'll go with candy corn. And that is when I said if it is given out at Halloween, it is Halloween candy. Andy says, if we're talking about trick-or-treat candy, then I'm going with Mrs. Chambers candy apples. She was a sweet old lady that lived in Surf City and made candy apples to die for. That was always our first stop because she would run out quickly. I would shovel her snow in the winter, and she always put an extra one aside for me. Linda chiming in, what a great memory and a sweet lady. Joanne chimes in, Linda, of course Reese's is Halloween candy. They make pumpkin-shaped ones. Exactly. Kathy, Andy say candy corn, as well as Linda. Michelle says Butterfingers. John says the 100 grand bar. Another one for Butterfingers. Marcy's like Almond Joy. My kids used to give me all of theirs. So that goes back to what I was talking about yesterday. I used to give out Almond Joy or Mounds, and I was told that kids don't like coconut. So maybe that person was right. Maybe kids don't like coconut. I don't know. Is that an acquired taste? Because I never acquired it. I do not like coconut. But yes, lots and lots of people do. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know if we're giving out candy this year. We better decide, huh? We better decide. I didn't put my name on the map, as I had explained. But I still might get one or two kids. I doubt it. We'll see. Maybe I'll grab a bag of Kit Kats at the grocery store this week. We'll see. We shall see. To the blog post for the day, get off that excuse caboose. I stole that phrase from a friend of mine who used to write it on her social media pages all the time, and I really just loved it. Get off the excuse caboose. No more excuses. That's right. When it comes to our goals, we often get in our own way. We make excuses for not getting things done. We let ourselves off the hook for not doing all that we can and should be doing. But what's even worse, for me anyway, is when other people make excuses for me. I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and they were addressing the pandemic. In it, the discussion went along the lines of that we've never lived through something like this before, so we have no standard to hold ourselves to. I think they were trying to give grace to those whose worlds have been turned upside down. And some people are being hard on themselves with the way that they are handling it. That does not include me. Yet, I can take their words and allow myself to sit on the couch and read all day. Inherently, we know that we are doing what we are supposed to, and we know when we are slacking off. I am slacking off. And now I'm letting people make excuses for me. Now, when I say that my world was not turned upside down because of the pandemic, I mean that we weren't really hit hard financially as my husband continued to go to work every day. I had already been working from home doing this, so that didn't really change much in my life. But yet I still hear these issues, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? It is an emotional time. Maybe I should cut myself a break. Don't do what I do. Be better than me. I am trying to get back on track. There are still some big projects that I'm working on that keep getting put on the back burner. Why? Because they're hard. But I can do hard things. I've done them over and over in the past year and a half. I know you can do hard things too. We just have to sit down and do them, or stand up and do them, or figure it out and just start doing. I have the luxury of a lot of time. I know most of you are not in the same situation. I work from home. I do not have children. I do not have grandchildren. I can honestly get so much more done in a day than I do. Why don't I? Mostly because I don't have to. I don't have a boss standing over me. I don't have a husband who gets on me for not producing results or really even cleaning the house as often as I should. So I slack off. I could be doing so much more, and I'm only hurting and disappointing myself when I don't do it. But I'm also letting my husband down, and I'm letting you down because there's all kinds of things I want to offer you that I keep pushing back. I also take all the excuses I can get when it comes to my weight and eating. I have had a rough time with healthy eating lately. I seem to be out of control. When I mentioned to my husband one time, he said I was fighting a cold. I was, and it's probably my body's demand for food to heal. Okay, great. I'm going to keep eating now. Now, I love that he said that, but he just gave me an excuse to keep up with my out-of-control eating. I can also use the pandemic and the fact that we are still so far from where we all want to be as an excuse. Or the political climate, or the nastiness we see in people every day right now. I could find all kinds of excuses. I certainly don't need anyone making them for me. So, babe, next time you see me eating crap, just call me a fat cow. I'm just kidding. He would never in a million years call me something like that. As I said, though, I do have a lot of time on my hands, so I can only imagine how much easier it is for you, who is truly busy, to make excuses to get out of workouts or doing things around the house that need to be done. What it really boils down to is that we are hurting ourselves when we continually make excuses about things we want or need to get done. We always get done what is required of us from bosses, school, what have you, but we come up short when it comes to our own goals. Shouldn't that be the other way around? I know why it isn't, but shouldn't our highest priority be to ourselves and our wants and desires? If we want to be fit, we have to stop eating too much garbage and work out. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it takes self-control and discipline. But it's also hard to watch that scale go up, trust me, and have your clothes get tighter and tighter. Why is it so difficult for us to take the harder path that will bring us joy? Why do we tend to go with instant gratification instead of an overall joyful, prideful life? Answering these questions may help spur the change you are seeking in your life. What have you been slacking on? What do you need to do to get your butt in gear? Make a plan. Call your shot. Write out how you will feel and how your life will be lived when you are doing what you should be and getting the result that you want. A cheeseburger and fries can feel really good, but so can attaining the goal you've been working so hard to reach. Oh, it is Thursday already, people. One more day to the weekend. What will you do to show your badassery today? Always know that I am here cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Get your butt in gear with big kicks, big kicks.